Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into something that literally dictates the quality of every single waking minute of your day, your sleep. Most of us kind of think fixing our sleep starts the exact moment our head hits the pillow. But actually, science says otherwise. Achieving true restorative sleep, the kind that completely repairs your body and sharpens your mind, is really a full 24-hour job. If you want to wake up feeling genuinely refreshed, we've got to zoom out and look at our habits throughout the entire 24-hour cycle.
Seriously, do you ever log a solid 8 hours in bed, but somehow still wake up feeling completely drained? It's incredibly frustrating, right? And you absolutely aren't alone. It's kind of one of the biggest frustrations in our modern world. People are just logging the hours but getting absolutely terrible quality rest. Okay, let's dive into this because top American researchers have actually been working on solving this modern sleep crisis, and they figured out exactly why this happens.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how high the stakes really are. We're talking about prestigious organizations here, the CDC, Harvard Medical School, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine. They are all sounding the alarm. The CDC explicitly warns that chronic poor sleep isn't just about feeling a little groggy during your morning meeting. No, it actively increases your risk for severe physical and mental health issues, like high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and even depression. Sleep is literally when your brain cleans house and your immune system arms itself. It's your fundamental long-term health insurance.
Let's move to and see how this builds. If you want to be a great sleeper at night, your routine actually starts the very second you wake up. It's a chronological journey. Notice how these critical milestones are spread throughout your entire day. Getting that morning sunlight around 8 a.m., implementing a strict caffeine cutoff by 2 p.m., and powering down those screens at 9 p.m. It really proves that healthy sleep starts the moment you wake up. What you're doing at breakfast? Yeah, that drastically impacts what happens at midnight.
To understand why that daily schedule works so well, you kind of need to meet your body's master conductor, the circadian rhythm. Think of it like a 24-hour internal biological clock. According to findings from the National Institutes of Health and the NHLBI, when you step outdoors to get some natural morning sunlight right after waking up, you're basically hitting the sync button on this clock. Combine that with a consistent wake time, and you're perfectly aligning this internal clock so your body knows exactly when to be alert and when to naturally wind down.
But how we move matters just as much as when we move. Research from Johns Hopkins Medicine highlights a pretty fascinating paradox here. Daytime activities like walking, jogging, or cycling are great. They burn energy efficiently and brilliantly prep your body for a great night's rest. But if you try to push through an intense, heavy workout right before bed, it actually hinders your sleep. You're firing up your nervous system right when it's desperately trying to power down, which makes drifting off so much harder.
Now, as we move into the afternoon, we've got to talk about your fuel. That midday espresso or energy drink definitely has a hidden cost. So the crucial point is, caffeine acts like a chemical blockade, and Harvard Medical School found that it remains active in your body for several hours. If you grab a cup of coffee at 4 p.m., a huge chunk of that caffeine is still actively blocking your brain's sleep receptors at 10 p.m. So an afternoon cutoff isn't just a polite suggestion, it's an absolute biological necessity if you want to protect your natural sleep cycle.
Then when the evening rolls around, we hit the ultimate modern sleep killer, our screens. Breaking down the science from the CDC and NIH, your brain completely relies on a hormone called melatonin to regulate sleep and wind down. But here's the problem. The blue light blasting from your smartphone, your tablet, your computer, it actively suppresses that melatonin. It acts like a mini sun in your bedroom, tricking your brain into thinking it's still daytime. By scrolling in bed, you're chemically hitting the brakes on melatonin production and severely reducing the depth of your sleep. If there's just one number you take away from this explainer today, make it this one right here. 30 to 60. That is the exact number of minutes experts strongly recommend completely avoiding screens before you even try to fall asleep. Consider it a massive pro tip for your biology. Put the phone in another room, shut the laptop down 30 to 60 minutes early, and give your melatonin levels the time they actually need to naturally rise. Let your body do what it was designed to do.
So what are you supposed to do with that tech-free hour? Well, you actively de-stress. Stress and excessive worry are leading causes of sleep difficulties. Instead of doom scrolling, try guiding your nervous system through some actionable relaxation techniques. You could meditate or pray, lose yourself in a good physical book, listen to some calming music, or just practice some deep breathing exercises. It's all about creating a gentle, relaxing runway for your brain to land smoothly.
And the environment where you land matters just as much. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how treating your bedroom as a dedicated, customized sleep sanctuary directly promotes deeper, restorative rest, The National Sleep Foundation has a brilliant, simple checklist for this. You want your room quiet, incredibly dark, free from unnecessary distractions, and, crucially, cool and comfortable. Dropping the temperature actually triggers your body's natural sleep instinct.
All of these choices, the morning light, the exercise timing, the caffeine limits, the cool room, they all funnel into the ultimate golden rule from the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, hitting that 7 to 9 hour target. Consistently getting 7 to 9 hours isn't some luxury. It's the absolute biological requirement that completely supports better memory, sharper concentration, an elevated mood, and peak overall performance the very next day.
So, what does this all mean for us? The science is absolutely clear. Truly restorative sleep isn't an accident. It is the direct, predictable result of your 24-hour lifestyle choices. Quality sleep is the foundation of a healthy and productive life. So, I want to leave you with this final thought to spark some immediate change. What if the secret to tomorrow's success lies entirely in what you choose to do tonight? What one habit will you change today to sleep better tonight? The choice is absolutely yours, and I promise your future self will thank you for it.